Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fashion Pulse. We are actually here for the first episode of the new year 2026. I hope everybody's New Year's Eve and holidays was fine. And actually, we're moving into year two of Fashion Pulse. So, with that being said, we're back today. We're going to talk about how trends, we're not going to talk about trends the way fashion magazines do. We're talking about how winter reads you. In this new year, I want to take a look at, and I want to do something a little bit different than what the average fashion podcast does in, discussing trends. Yes, we're going to take a look at it kind of determined by the fashion year cycle, but we're going to talk about this more not so much in the clothes itself, but the personal branding and marketing side of it, how those clothes, how you present in those clothes. So, winter, as you know, is the one season where clothing carries more authority than personality. There's less skin, less color, less movement, which means structure, texture, and layers do the talking for you. So, in today's show, Devin and I are going to talk about why winter is the most powerful season for image, how current trends actually fit into that, and how to dress so you don't just look good, you look intentional. So, as you know, and Devin, you both of us know, winter is a time when it's cold out. So, therefore, our outer layers become your main identity. Footwear to me is your foundation because you got to get the old boots on, and so you can deal with the winter weather. And then the layers tell people whether you're composed or chaotic. Do you intentionally choose the layers you are wearing, or you just throw something on?
So this is why I have a think process when it comes to layering for winter. So even today's outfit, which I'm going to post on my Instagram and show you the details of what I do. Sometimes it's about the layering. It's about the patterns. It's about something else. It's about what looks good. Sometimes I have to look at detail. And sometimes what I'm wearing now is like this sweater I just got donated for me, and then the shirt that I look. It's about I don't throw things together as I usually do when I got older. I just when layering is when you layer for mindfulness. That's what I think about what layering is. You don't layer just because this looks good. Sometimes this looks good. Sometimes it's just about being a little bit mindful, being spontaneous. Sometimes it's about experimenting. And what I think about layering, you have to be a little bit have fun with it, but also be mindful, be more into it, and be more thought out to it. I think layering to me is something that is thought out, not just put something up because it just doesn't look right.
I agree. So, and particularly in layering is important and intentional, and I think too also Wisconsin, the weather changes every 5 minutes. But you gotta be mindful of that. But you're also talking about, and I agree, it's not just because it's cold outside, but you also have to, just like personal styling in itself, layering is thought out in how you're doing it and how you're presenting it.
And those things are so true because even if it's like I said, I have a lot of nice sneakers, and sometimes I wore my blazers, and my blazers are a little bit nicer. There's some little bit of scruffs in them, but again, I'm more protective of my sneakers now. But if it's not as snow on the floor, on the ground, and wet, or a little bit rainy, I will wear them. wear them, but it depends on the weather. It depends on how you take care of them. It depends on how you protect them a little bit. So it's like, again, like with winter, you sometimes have to learn, are you going to wear good shoes out in this cold, wet, snowy weather, or are you going to wear some protective gear? And I've had a lot of those.
Understandable, but it's also how you present it.
Agree.
So your wardrobe isn't, again, like any other time. It's not about being trendy. It's about being intentionally well put together.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about accessories, because you know what? Accessories to me are, again, will define it. It's in the normal course of the definition. It's everything from watches to wallets to jackets, jewelry. In this case, winter wise, we can talk about scarves, hats, gloves, faux fur collars. You could talk about faux fur jackets, but so when any thoughts on that?
So yeah, like I said, gloves, hats, faux fur. Like, you have to find something that's protective. And sometimes I'm gonna say I work outside a lot in a grocery store when I'm retrieving carts. So I have to be practical. So there's no cuteness, there's no other things. You have to be protected because weather changes. It can be cold as dirt, and you have to stay out there for 15 minutes. And you have to wear something that's gonna protect your face. The weather does change. Sometimes I'll wear different accessories for the day. Sometimes if it's warm outside, like today, I don't wear gloves. I wear a hat. But if it's cold, really cold, I'll wear a skull cap. I'll wear a protective, very warm jacket, and all those things. So yeah, accessories like scarves, gloves, hats, all these things are meant to be a protective thing and not a cute thing. It depends on the job, or you're out. That's the thing. It has to be a mix of, if you're gonna be out and about and wear something very cute and gorgeous out there, like a gala or something, then that's fine. But if you're out there working, or if you're out there doing things and out there running errands, sometimes you have to play with safety versus comfort and comfort and chicness and stylish sometimes.
Agreed. But how do we put it this way? Oh, I'm doing this. So we're not talking is so much of protection as looking at how you're styling things and how you're presenting it. So what are some outfits that you have styled winter wise? Any suggestions for the public out there for winter fashion?
Well, I normally, and this is the thing, I never did a styling session. Well, I did a styling session recently when it came to like during the holiday season. So this is a person I'm gonna talk about. Her name is Trish. So she's trying to update her closet and stuff like that. And we talk about an outfit that was work related. So, and it was something like, even we did one outfit that was leather jacket and skirt and a top like that. But also, I'm saying right now, I'm looking at how I put myself, self-style myself together, even in my Instagram. So I hardly never styled a lot of winter looks, but the looks I will tell you right now, this is one I'm gonna show you on my, it was one of the I did for Goodwill, and it was me styling a jacket that was a fall coat that was 3 outfits. And sometimes it's just, I think if I was going to do an outfit that was a puffer jacket with a streetwear, like more streetwear. So a puffer jacket, sweater that's graphic, slacks, sneakers. Sneakers are boot. I would say Doc Martens. A pair of like a beanie and sunglasses that would look good, and then the scarf. So those things I would put together with some gloves. Like that's very stylish, but also a little bit practical for the weather. But also I would do a trench that is similar, like a scarf, very much that was in a. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think about the outfit in my head. That would be a trench, gloves, maybe a suit, and and probably some Chelsea boots. So again, a lot of pairings with things I would do was like I never styled people for winter looks a lot of times, but when it comes down to it, I think in my head what would look good for a nice winter look. So I say for a woman like a sweater dress, boots that are a sweater dress boots, a fur coat, a very cute little like furry hat that matches with very just matching with the jacket, and just cute accessories like gloves and just like thinking about and just a bag that goes with it. So it's like I have different ideas in my head, but again, I never really styled people for winter looks. I'm more like styling for everyday people in life. So again, there's things I think in my head that will look good, and I'm just working on a lookbook to modernize for Amazon, so people can buy winter looks and stuff. So there's things I'm trying to do to experiment and look at Pinterest and see what looks good for the lookbook and stuff. So yeah.
I mean, I would agree. Styling again, it all goes back to your styling for winter. It's more of a challenge because you're more covered up.
Yes.
But it's a matter of the structure of what you're wearing. Mute colors are a little bit more muted, but again, it can also be a fun challenge.
Sometimes you can use, and I think if you use neutral, sometimes you can use neutrals and mix colors together for winter. It doesn't have to be all neutrals, all muted colors. It doesn't have to be. I think when I put a mood board look together, I do add in color with a neutral, with the earth tone or something, because I just think you don't have to be too conservative for looking good for the winter. So that's how I feel.
So you not only talked about the sweater dress, but what about a satin dress?
A satin dress. So I think because we can talk about layering a satin dress. So we can talk about layering a satin dress, because I think if you're going to do a satin dress, I think for women, I think leather or satin dress says, okay, you know what? A satin dress, like let's say we have like a necklace shape. I've seen girls wear it over like a bodysuit, like a sweater bodysuit, like a Wolford or something like Skims, and then they'll put a pair of boots under it, like Doc Martens, or a stack boot, like I said, let's put a Sam Edelson suede boot with it. I would say a blush pink satin, white bodysuit that you can find anywhere. It doesn't matter. Pair of tan boots. I've seen these teddy bear coats that are very popular with these ladies, and I would say a knitted white hat, tinted pink rose colored glasses, gold accessories, and I say some gloves with that, and a scarf, and I just say those things would be a cute look. For the satin, for the leather dress, I say we do a very leather midi dress with, I say let's do stockings, very, very tights and stockings, and pair it with, I say if you're going to do an ankle boot, a trench that is gray, or let's do a color like red, and and we're gonna do a little bit of what else? I say those things with layering a leather dress is, I say go for just, you can layer it with with cautiousness. So that's what I think we should do. Cautiousness. So that's what I think with the leather dress. Just putting a trench over it and stock tights and probably ankle boots. That would be a good look for that. So that's another thing. And also the other thing is the pink in the satin dress too. So
you know what, I literally was thinking, actually winter, I was thinking of fur jackets as well. To me, a fur jacket presents is even, and we're gonna say faux fur, because you sometimes you won't know that whether that's real or not. But the fact that it sits here and presents, visually presenting, is someone who has wealth and money and position in society.
mm-hmm.
Again, one of those things, and when I sit here and say it, I'm talking about intentionally presenting a certain image by what you wear. For instance, because we're gonna go on to winter clothing for men. You see a man in a suit and a top coat, what do you think automatically?
Business savvy.
And not just business.
Regal. I'm going to use regal because I think when I see a man like this, he's confident, he's regal, he's put looks together. So a suit is a top coat over a suit, chef's kiss. So a lot of times when I see men are in that kind of element look, I see swagger, I see confidence, I see someone that's put together. So if it's like say I've seen a tan coat with a suit that is probably brown or emerald green, cute. But I also seen different variations of, I'm gonna go on Pinterest because this is because I need to look at what Pinterest has for like these looks. So even for me, a top coat and
All right. Well,
I'm just looking at like this is like this right here is a example for a Tom Ford suit like this, and example of this is good.
well, the thing I like about that is it screams power and authority without even having to tell me who designed it.
And that's true.
I love the colors because, as you know, I'm one of those. That's one of my favorite colors: gray, black, and white with some blue.
And this right here is another example of a tan coat over that too.
So that again is, see, I do like tan and camel because that is a little bit something different than I'm used to in the gray top coats. Because to me, that's more of a daytime look than evening wear. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what? Actually, I would probably pair that with a pair of. I would probably put on a pair of boots and a pair of jeans with that camel.
Yeah, which I think is cute. I think this one right here is. I know it's a. I don't know. I think.
That's more of a. Is that more of a? Is that more of a suit coat?
I think it's an ivory overcoat.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think I do have one of those in my closet too. So it's in a velvet. But if this like this an overcoat like this, I would keep the pants, put a nice knit sweater, black sweater, keep the hat and the sunglasses, and just make the top a little bit monochromatic. I think the pants speaks for himself.
What is the shirt he has on underneath there?
It's a vest.
He's actually. Oh, he's wearing. I think he's wearing a black button down.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times, winter, as men, we get a little bit more. I like winter personally because it allows me to sit here and show off more of my wardrobe. I don't get to pull out my wool top coat during the summer. It's too warm. So it gives me, and then the sweaters I get to pull off, because those layers, like for instance, let's say I'm wearing a navy pinstripe suit with a white shirt, red tie, and again the red equals power, because why do you think our presidents wear it? With a you could probably get away with a camel toe top coat, but a gray top coat as well. And if you like to do head covering, you can go with a fedora.
I say with me and my top, I think I'm gonna use my closet a little bit more like today. It was a little bit more warmer than it usually is, so I would say what I'm wearing today is very more casual streetwear, very more who I am. I keep this outfit a little bit, and I would pair it with the shearing jacket like I did before with my trench. My trench, I would pair in what I have in my closet. I will use the same pants, my dress brown shoes. I swapped my Stacey Adams, I believe there were. A knitted brown sweater. I say I would do if I have a tan beanie, I'll do that, and a scarf over it, which is what I'll do. That I have also, and that would be my outfit. Because I think what I use in my closet, I like winter and fall more because I have a lot of knit wears, and I like to utilize them more in the winter time before the summertime, because I feel like summer, I'm just not I love to wear less clothes, but I love to be more layered because it feels more my season than it is versus summertime, because I feel like you wear so much less, and then women can experiment a little bit more. So we both have I think women can experiment more with the warmer weather versus the men, because I feel like there's similar outfits. They're outfits that are not. But again, fashion's evolving. Fashion is growing in ways where men can express themselves in different seasons, and I think it's been coming more and more open-minded when it comes to what we wear and what we do, and it's not as fussy and stuffy and conservative like it once was back in the day. So I feel like we're doing more colors, we're doing more silhouettes, we're doing more shapes, we're doing more experimenting, taking inspiration. So I think what we're doing now is like for both every season we're looking at in like so many ideas to how to dress and stuff now. It's not just the same old.
Oh, you referring to menswear, most definitely, because back in my day when I started out, it was white dress shirts and ties. Now, menswear, you can go into so many different colors, including pinks.
Yeah, I think pink is like you're afraid to wear pink. And a lot of times I wear pink now. I wear pink in colors now because I have a pair of nice magenta shorts that I'm going to wear every season, because it's like pink was always deemed as feminine and varied in where men are wearing blues and reds are the masculine. I love red. I still love red and blues because it complements my colors. It complements my skin. But when it comes to like pink, I love pink more because it also complements my skin tone. Because I think we are afraid to experiment with more colors and shapes and colors and designs because we're deemed that will be too feminine, and that is not true. You can experiment those things. We've seen it now.
All right. So, in closing, some thoughts on these no thinking required power looks: turtleneck and blazer.
Yes, I think I've worn a turtleneck. I think a turtleneck and blazer is a good with some slacks, nice Chelsea boots. I think that would be a good look. That'd be a good look. Chelsea, those things are a good combo.
All right. Streetwear: hoodie and a bomber jacket.
Yes. I think a matching hoodie and jogger set, whether it's tan, whether it's black, yes. And with some blazers like mine, sneakers like that, yes.
I'm more of a jeans and hoodie and bomber jacket.
I'm similar with you. I think I'm a little bit more streetwear. Like, I like to be casually streetwear. I like to be more. I think we're similar in our styles. I think I will do a hoodie and bomber jacket, or hoodie and blazer, which is a great combination too, because I think I like to be casual when it comes to my styling, versus where I'm just too stuffy. I've been dressing a little bit more because of personal branding, but also I love to dress a little bit. I'm still a sneakers and blazer kind of sneakers and jeans and personal style and button down stuff, but I'm evolving into that too.
Well, you know me. I am going to be. I'm not quite so stuffy, but more streetwear. I'm more of a jeans. If I'm super casual and lazy at home, it will be a jogger set.
I have more sweat. I got donated by my sister's friend a lot of joggers and sweatshirts and all these things and hoodies. So I'm gonna utilize them a little bit more, but make it more stylish, because I think you can style it up and look clean like you care.
All right, 30 seconds. Suit and overcoat.
Yes. I say that's a perfect look. Yes.
Definite plus. It says status and clarity is my agreement. So these formulas aren't about style. They're about how people treat you when you walk in. You are judged by what you wear before you speak. So, in closing, that's Winter in Focus, where presence speaks louder than words. Now I want to hear from you. Which winter pieces will you use to command attention this season? Here's a simple action for your wardrobe today. Choose one coat, one pair of boots, and one statement accessory. A scarf, gloves. Wear them with intention. So if you want more guidance on power building looks, head over to my channel at Polished Living by Jason Orleans. And of course, you can tune in to us next time in a couple weeks when we are on Fashion Pulse again. Thank you for tuning in today to our show. We'll see you next time. Until then, keep your pulse on fashion.